Long story short, these are bad. Hey guys, welcome back. I know it's been quite a while since my last video. This wasn't what I was planning to upload for my next one, but at school we're doing final projects, and we are allowed to research pretty much anything we would like as long as we could connect it to an enduring issue. And I was thinking, you know what? I think it'd be really cool to do one about snowmobiles. So, great. How do I connect it to an enduring issue? I had to start thinking about that. How do I connect it to an enduring issue? So I started thinking about it a little bit more, and I decided to connect it to the enduring issue of innovation and conflict. So innovation can be an enduring issue because, more snowmobiles are being produced. There are 2-strokes, there are 4-strokes, electric. So there's a lot of new snowmobiles coming out, and a lot of people are riding more than ever. With all of these, bigger engines means, more riding, more pollution. So I'm going to be doing kind of a little bit of a spin on things. So as a quick disclaimer before I start the video, I'm not against snowmobiling. I love snowmobiles. So with that being said, I kind of had to get out of my comfort zone a little bit with this research project, and the only way I could really connect it to an enduring issue is by kind of doing it as more of an environmentalist point of view. So, how are snowmobiles bad for the environment? These aren't good. Not all snowmobiles are bad for the environment, though. So I'm going to be kind of going into depth a little bit in this video about different snowmobiles and different points of view. But anyways, I'm going to get much more into depth and detail in this video, as you will see. And that'll just kind of be in the background, my research and findings. So I think this will kind of go hand in hand, and I think this will be really cool. To kick it off, I'm going to start by discussing the negative impacts snowmobiles have on the environment. You may immediately think that snowmobiles produce gases that can be harmful to plants and animals and can kill surrounding species. Although that isn't wrong, snowmobiles also create noise pollution, which can scare animals in local habitats away, also causing a negative impact on the environment. Designated snowmobile trails are meant to protect vulnerable ground. Stay on marked trails and never take your snowmobile across wetlands, along shorelines, or into streams or riverbeds. These areas are especially sensitive to disruption. Quote, directly sourced from Secrets of Low Impact Snowmobiling. Circling back to the snowmobile's exhaust and gases, snowmobiles are one of the many contributors to high nitrogen oxide levels. Ideas sourced from snowmobiles emit more than cars. During the winter, nitrogen oxide readings are greater than the carbon dioxide readings that result from vehicles driving in the park during summer, and the amount of nitrogen dioxide levels meets or sometimes exceeds National Ambient Air Quality Standards, NAAQ for short. Ideas sourced from snowmobiles emit more than cars. While researching the early stages of this project, I was asked if it was theoretically better for the environment to ride snowmobiles on the road if roads were unplowed and untouched. So right off my head, I said, well, yeah, they burn less, they're more fuel efficient, they're cheaper, they're easy to fix. But in all actuality, snowmobiles are more harmful due to the levels of chemicals they produce. Although they could save you a few bucks in gas and are pretty cool to pull up to work on, you'd be better off with a fuel-efficient car. As a lot of you riders and racers out there know, 4-strokes are much better than 2-strokes overall, for the most part. So that brings up another question. Are 4-strokes cleaner and safer for the environment than 2-strokes? The short answer is yes. 4-strokes are quieter, leaving little disruption to habitats. They're cleaner burning, meaning less pollution, and can go up to 20,000 miles without many problems. 4-strokes also require a little bit more maintenance. Unlike 2-strokes that mixes and burns its own oil, 4-strokes work a little differently. You do have to do routine oil changes every year or so, depending on how much you ride. But 4-strokes are much heavier than 2-strokes. The way they ride is completely different too. That's why many people don't ride 4-stroke snowmobiles, is because they're kind of heavy and slow, and they're not very fun to ride. The power band, speed, all different. One major difference price tag that goes along with it. Since you can't really get an older 4-stroke snowmobile for $1,000 or $2,000 because they didn't exist 15 to 20 years ago, really your only option is to buy a new one for at least $8,000 without taxes even. For a decent name brand 4-stroke snowmobile, you'd be looking at about $15,000. So with that being said, it wouldn't be all that hard or expensive to buy a used 15 or 20-year-old 2-stroke sled for a couple grand. Given you will have to do some minor work on it, a couple hundo at most, depending on the shape and mileage, but it's still a lot cheaper than buying a new 4-stroke snowmobile, of course. Not to mention, new 2-stroke snowmobiles only cost around $6,000 at least. For a full-size adult 600cc 2-stroke, you would also be looking at about maybe $11,000-$12,000 without taxes, but it's still considerably cheaper than a 4-stroke. Now, this 2-stroke, 4-stroke debate, that brings up another question. What about electric? I mean, it can't be that hard to make an electric sled, can it? I mean, all you gotta do is change the drivetrain, the motor, this and that, right? I mean, it's not so cut and dry. What if I told you a company called Taiga started developing all-electric snowmobiles? Great, it's fixed. Ban gas-powered sleds and get all of the riders to buy electric ones instead. No more pollution, the environment is safe, the economy is still stable, and snowmobilers still have their toys and fun, yippee. Well, that sounds like fun and games. Electric snowmobiles are still in their infancy. Along with Taiga, other unheard-of brands are also taking the approach to electric snowmobiles, but these brands are the first to design and develop, along with Taiga. Taiga TS2 was the first electric snowmobile to see widespread production and be readily available to the public. Taiga is a startup based out of Montreal, Canada, and has led the charge of electric snowmobile development over the last few years. Quote directly sourced from Electric Snowmobiles Everything You Want to Know. There's also quite a bit of hoot about over the TS2. The Taiga TS2 can go from 0 to 60 in an astonishing whole 3 seconds. Yeah, you heard that right. 3 seconds. 2-strokes can do 0 to 60 in about 3 times the amount of time, and 4-strokes can do about 0 to 60 in about 5 times the amount of time, depending on engine size. So that would really be appealing to riders and racers who want to go fast. Taiga also was heavily influenced by Tesla in 2015 and began designing the first models in 2018. Idea sourced from Electric Snowmobiles Everything You Want to Know. Well, everything has its ups, everything has its downs too. The lithium-ion batteries tend to lose charge in cold weather, as most of us in the north know. One charge can get you about 80 to 110 miles, which is perfect for a day excursion through the woods or a group trip with some buddies. But you don't have the convenience of gassing up real quick and getting back on the trail. Another downside is that because electric snowmobiles aren't common, there isn't much known about common problems, longevity, and other issues you might experience if you own one. Quote directly sourced from Electric Snowmobiles Everything You Want to Know. The market for electric snowmobiles is also very small. Something to consider, once the lithium batteries are shot, there's nothing to do with them. Most companies bury them in the ground since they're highly toxic towards humans, which is also very toxic to the environment too. So basically what this debate comes down to is an economic point of view versus an environmentalist point of view. Is it worth it to spend a considerable amount more to buy an electric or 4-stroke snowmobile and help save the environment? Or is it more affordable to buy a 2-stroke, save money, and harm the environment? Now let's switch from an environmentalist point of view to an economic point of view. Just to clarify quickly, these numbers are from NYSSA, New York State Snowmobile Association. Snowmobiling costs and generates a lot of money, no doubt. You do have to register, insure, and join a local club. Joining a local club is optional. It does help to clean up trails a little bit and save a bit of money for registration fees. Each registration costs about $100 without joining a club. Around $100 for insurance, depending on who you use also. The registration goes directly to the state. it doesn't benefit the state completely. Most of it goes to trail grooming, cleaning equipment, etc. In the 2018 and 19 season, $5,159,630 was collected from the 106,678 registrations, and $4,231,836 was budgeted to provide financial support for the maintenance and development of the statewide trail system, which was comprised of 10,506 miles. So from the New York State season report, $927,794 was kept by the state, which isn't a ton of money considering how much the state spent, but it's surely enough to say that snowmobiling has a good economic impact. Not only does snowmobiling impact the state's economy in a good way, but it definitely helps generate revenue for local businesses such as hotels, bars, restaurants, gift shops, gas stations, etc. With the support of local businesses, places can stay open longer, make more profit, and profit the state as well, because, as we all know, businesses have to pay taxes to the state. So by riding and spending, it benefits businesses and benefits the state as well. Now, from a snowmobiler's point of view, we just want to ride and have fun. Of course, most of us ride responsibly. Many of us don't think about what harm we're causing to the environment. To be honest, I never really thought about it myself until I had to do this project. I personally care about everyone's point of view. The environmentalist, the economic, and the rider's point of view. It really is an important ongoing issue that needs to be made aware of. Although it's such a big change, it's going to need a lot of time before things can change for the better. Many of us do care and would like to help the environment, but aren't financially ready to take action and change, such as switching to a 4-stroke or electric option. There are also many riders that just don't care and want to ride causing harm or not. To finally wrap all of this up, the two enduring issues, conflict and innovation, play a major role in this topic. Since they go kind of hand in hand, I decided to base my project off of both of them. Conflict relates because of the ongoing conflict between different points of view and opinion. Conflict relates because of the ongoing conflict between different points of view and opinions, 2 strokes over 4 strokes, electric over gas, environmental over economic, and innovation because of the ongoing building of bigger, better sleds that pollute more, and the struggle of designing and developing a snowmobile best suited for the environment. Now this concludes my research project and presentation. I hope that you all enjoyed. So after watching this video, I would like to know a lot of your point of views. I want to know how you guys think about these. Should they stay? Should they go? Should we switch to a different option like 4 strokes or electric? Or should we just stay with 2 strokes? I'd like to hear your opinion, so please let me know in the comments below, or you can tag me on Instagram, or you can email me. Any is okay, and I think that would be really cool. I really want this video to be very interactive and more as a learning experience than just a school project. For those of you who are my subscribers, I do have some sticker swaps in the next video. I didn't want to put it in this video as it's more school related, so I didn't want to focus too much on my channel, rather more focus on school. But anyways, new video will be coming out soon. I gotta get around to editing it. But anyways, we'll see you guys next time.